It's a beautiful welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on our main news bulletin on Hope Channel Zambia, media that changes lives. My name is Mwene Muyanga and George Kalimukwa is our sign language caster. The headlines. Cabinet approves SME bill. 7 convicted for fraud. Smart Zambia hands over 2,000 gadgets to local government. Lusaka City Council refutes claims of employment linked to convicted administrator. Much more stories are coming up shortly. Don't go away.
Ahí va Messi. Messi! Decent looking ball. It's two.
Thank you so much once again for joining us. Here are the details. Government says Cabinet has approved the Small and Medium Enterprises Bill aimed at addressing challenges facing the sector in the country. Small and Medium Enterprises Minister Elias Muvanga says the bill will soon be tabled in Parliament for debate. Mr. Muvanga urged SMEs to actively engage in the process by submitting their concerns as the bill moves to the House. He says this when a group of entrepreneurs paid a courtesy call on him at his office in Lusaka. Mr. Mubanga also revealed that his ministry is working with the Ministry of Local Government to harmonize services fees being charged to SMEs across the country. He has further urged SMEs to take time to familiarize themselves with the SMEs policy.
Our cry really was, we don't know which stakeholders were engaged when certain decisions were made.
These are some of the challenges that the small business owners are facing in Lusaka. Today, some business proprietors paid a courtesy call on Small and Medium Enterprise Development Minister Elias Muvanga.
So our cry through your ministry, Honorable Minister, was for us to be more engaged. I know that I've taken time to go through what the ministry does, who is engaged and what is being done when. But we're offering ourselves here. We said, let this not just end at a point where we sit here and discuss and say, okay, we are going to talk about load shedding, we're going to talk about, then it ends there.
Facing today won't be the same challenges a few years later. We came from the issue of COVID. Those were a different set of challenges and how to address them. Now we are battling the issue of energy, not just power, because if we say power, we are restricting it to the power that we get from the grid. But we basically mean the cost of energy. If I run a genset, what's the cost of diesel? How long can a small business operate on diesel? Is it cost effective?
Again, even when you run to banks, you find that the interest rates that the banks are going to give you, they're not going to be flexible to manage to pay back. And every time I'll set again as an example, probably I'll give, sorry if I'm giving myself as an example, but this is to tell you that this is something that is actually happening and affecting us on the ground. It's not just me, but it's actually everyone else.
Among the challenges affecting their businesses are load shedding, some labor laws, and the fluctuation of kwacha, among others. And Mr. Mubanga has assured the business owners that their plight will be addressed. He has disclosed that Cabinet has approved SME bill that will address their challenges. Currently, the ministry is preparing for a business indaba that is slated for end of October this year.
Cabinet has also approved the SME bill. And there is a gentleman who has talked about double taxation. The bill, it's now open to you, and I'm happy you are here to come. Some of the things that you've given out today, you've talked about today, you've given us today, they will be addressed in the SME bill. PS to PS have been talking, minister to minister will be talking, and we heard your complaint. We are working on that. And very soon, the Minister of Local Government will issue a statement over what you complained. As government, we listened to you, we've listened to your complaints, your challenges, and we are looking into that issue. Already, I wanted to let you know. And the Ministry of Commerce, I've chatted with my counterpart in there, Minister Mulenga Chipoka. We've chatted, even over your issue. There is something that the Minister of Finance, Minister of SME, local government, and commerce we are coming up with to make you comfortable. It has taken a bit of a time to announce to you, because we don't want you to be going office to office. You need the fire certificate, you need the health certificate, you need the tourism levy, you want this. No. So we're working on one document.
Esnat Mbewe Sikazwe, Hope News, Lusaka.
7 people have been convicted of fraud by the Immigration Department. Jean-Claude Sibomana, a 40-year-old Burundian refugee, was convicted by the Lusaka Magistrate Court on September 1st, 2025 for his involvement in a sophisticated and identity fraud syndicate. Sibomana received a 2-year imprisonment sentence with hard labor as per sections 344 and 347 of the Penal Code, Cap 87 of the laws of Zambia, and was fined 30,000 kwacha for engaging in business without a permit, contrary to sections 54 and 56 of the Immigration and Deportment Act number 18 of 2010. Sibomana was charged along with 6 other suspects following his apprehension in Lusaka for fraudulent document that led to seizure of 372 passports and assortment forged documents. In a related development, 14 people have been apprehended for immigration offences in Nyimba of Eastern Province. The total of those apprehended countrywide are totaling to 190 as of 2nd September 2025.
The Lusaka Magistrate Court on 1st September 2025 convicted Jean-Claude Sibomana, 40, a Burundian refugee, for his role in a sophisticated identity fraud syndicate. Sibomana was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment with hard labor for forgery, contrary to sections 344A and 347 of the Penal Code Chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. He was further ordered to pay a fine of 30,000 kwacha, or in default served 9 months simple imprisonment for engaging in business without a permit, contrary to sections 54 and 56(1) of the Immigration and Deportation Act number 18 of 2010 of the laws of Zambia. Both sentences are to run concurrently. On the third charge of concealing true national identity, contrary to sections 52(2) and 56(1) of the Immigration and Deportation Act, Sibomana denied the charge and the matter has been set for trial. He was jointly charged with 6 other suspects following his apprehension on 1st August 2025 at a foreign embassy in Lusaka, where he presented fraudulent documents. His apprehension triggered a major operation that resulted in the seizure of 372 passports, an assortment of forged documents, and the apprehension of additional suspects linked to human trafficking, forgery, and identity fraud. The remaining 6 suspects, including Mubanga Chipasha 35, an assistant registration officer at the Dollar Passport Office, will appear in court soon. This conviction brought the number of immigration-related convictions secured between 29th August and 2nd September 2025 to 69. Meanwhile, the Serenja Immigration Office on 29th August 2025 detained 9 Ethiopian nationals, 3 females and 6 males, aged between 18 and 27, for illegal entry, along with 2 Tanzanian nationals, Mrisho Shaban 26 and Wilson Thomas 20, for aiding and abetting their unlawful entry into Zambia. The apprehensions followed a handover by police, who on 28 August 2025 intercepted the group at Pensulo checkpoint in Serenja district. These suspects were discovered concealed between carefully packed window pane glass sheets aboard a Lusaka-bound Scania truck laden with window panes bearing registration number T613 EJR horse and T390 trailer. The truck was being driven by Shaban, assisted by Thomas. All suspects are currently detained at Serenge Correctional Facility pending prosecution. Similarly, on 2nd September 2025, officers in Nyimba apprehended 14 male suspected illegal immigrants, 11 Pakistanis and 3 Bangladeshis, and a 25-year-old Zambian, Charles Nyango, for aiding and abetting. The suspects, aged between 25 and 40, were intercepted at Unyanga checkpoint near Luangwa Bridge in a Toyota Sienta, registration ARC 429. Although they had passports, none had entry endorsements confirming their illegal entry. All are detained at Nyimba Correctional Facility awaiting court appearance. The Serenge and Nyimba operations brought the total number of apprehensions across the country between 29th August and 2nd September 2025 to 190. Further, during the same period, the Department of Immigration effected the removal of 91 illegal immigrants from the country. These included 26 Ethiopians who were removed on Friday, 29th August 2025 aboard an Ethiopian airline flight via Kenneth Kaunda International Airport after paying court fines for illegal entry and unlawful stay. The Department of Immigration remains steadfast in its mandate to facilitate and regulate migration in order to contribute to internal security and sustainable socio-economic development.
Kulima Tower bus station drivers have commended government for the peace and order maintained over the past 4 years. Speaking in an interview with Hope News, Kulima Tower bus station vice chairperson Friday Mwanza said there has been no violence, cadreism or political interference, allowing drivers and conductors to work freely and safely. Mr. Mwanza noted that before, the station experienced regular disruptions, but today everyone operates without fear. The drivers commended the government for creating a stable environment that has improved their livelihood and restored dignity to the public transport sector. Despite the progress, the drivers are appealing to the government for further support, specifically help with accessing comprehensive insurance for their buses. They explained that when a bus is involved in an accident or is damaged, it is difficult for the owner to recover without insurance. They are calling on government to consider introducing programs or partnerships to help public transport operators insure their vehicles fully so they can get assistance in replacing or repairing damaged buses when accidents occur. Here are the details.
United Party for National Development, UPND, have been in power for over 4 years now. Bus drivers at Kulima Tower bus station have commended UPND government for the peace and order maintained in the past 4 years. Speaking to Hope News, Kulima Tower Vice Chairperson Friday Mwanza has thanked the government.
So we really thank you government. If we 4 years, nechalo nachimona kuti la government yabombe fine. If we muno ma bus drivers, we are freely ukuivombera as my bus drivers. Takuli wakutu takanya, takuli wakutu konka, takuli wakutu chita commanded do this, takuli.
Drivers have thanked the government for the free education policy which was introduced, saying it has helped them for their duty. It is only to worry about school requirements without worrying about school fees. Despite the progress, the drivers are appealing to government that they can help them to access comprehensive insurance.
Tipembako pali mabuses muza basi kapya angala problem, so at least watikeko comprehensive insurance ngatikwanisika comprehensive insurance kuma buses bangatikire kuti at least oro basi yapya uliko bangakuyanganirepo pali jamoto kamene yapya, like last 2 weeks ago basi yamzatu inapya kuja, so pakali pano sizo diviza chitika ni vishani stiziba.
Government has improved the livelihood of a bus driver and restored dignity to the public transport sector. Griffs Shienge reporting for Hope News in Lusaka.
Now, Road Transport and Safety Agency RTSA has assured motorists of smooth transition of the newly introduced single disc RATSA Head of Public Relations, Chilufya Mwelwa, says the disc is a simplified way of putting all 3 discs on one, and there is no change of statutory requirements. Ms. Mwelwa says the single disc will make tracking of compliance easier and for quick verification by authorities. She says the single disc innovation, which was launched on the 1st of September 2025 by RATSA, was received with mixed feelings by motorists in Lusaka. Take a look.
These are some of the concerns that motorists have raised over the newly introduced RATSA single disc. On the 1st of September 2025, Road Transport and Safety Agency introduced a single disc innovation that will cater insurance, fitness and road tax. But motorists are calling on the institution to conduct sensitizations to create awareness over this development.
I don't really understand how it works. A very good example is previously we were getting fitness which would last the whole year. Then one could opt to be getting insurance and the road tax every quarter or even for 2 quarters. Now in the new arrangement, I really don't understand how it's going to work.
And RATSA Head of Public Relations Officer, Chilufya Mwelwa, has assured motorists that there will be no challenges in being compliant.
The single disc is basically a simplified way of putting your roadworthiness, that is fitness in other language, insurance, as well as road tax, on one single disc. It's doing away with the 3 discs and basically putting all those statutory requirements on one disc. There is no charge or fee that has been changed. It is the same way you renew your fitness, insurance, as well as road tax. They've just been combined. We've just combined them on one single disc. When you do your fitness, you have to physically take your car for fitness to RATSA to see the car, to see does it have what is required, does it have a fire extinguisher, does it have a spare wheel, does it have a jack, does it have a first aid box. All those things are checked. Is the engine okay? They check. Once that is done, they'll give you a fitness certificate, which you then go and submit to the RATSA office when you pay for your road tax. But road tax can only be gotten if you've also paid your insurance. Road tax and insurance have been synchronized. It's also meant to declutter the windscreen. Some people don't even remove expired discs. They leave them right there. So it's about just decluttering your screen, but also simplifying the process. We are headed towards a discless future. We will not have discs in the future. All we will do is scan your number plate using RFID tags that will be permanently placed on all vehicles. And we will be able to tell whether you're compliant or not.
Motorists have been encouraged to visit RATSA social handles to understand single disc. Matilda Munga reporting for Hope News in Lusaka.
You are watching the main news on Hope Channel Zambia. Just now, we take a short break. Be right back.
Welcome to Brave Gardens, the perfect venue for unforgettable moments.
Whether it's a kitchen party, a dreamy outdoor wedding, a vibrant birthday celebration, or a fun-filled family day, Brave's Garden is the place to be.
Brave Garden offers a beautiful outdoor space with a swimming pool, kids play park, and a peaceful environment for any events.
We've got more than just space. Enjoy mouth-watering meals at our restaurant and bring the kids for school trips that blend fun and learning. Spacious, scenic outdoor setting, sparkling swimming pool, fun-filled kids play park, friendly staff and flexible packages.
At Brave Gardens, quality doesn't break the bank. We offer flexible packages at affordable rates to make your day special and stress-free.
Nested in a serene and secure environment, Brave's Garden offers the perfect backdrop for memories that last a lifetime.
Why wait? Come spend your day at Brave Gardens.
Situated just 24 kilometers from Lusaka CBD off Kafue Road. Call or WhatsApp us now to book your date or schedule a visit on 0977 321 919 or 0966 758 693 or 0773 198 960. Braves Garden. Let us help you host your special day the brave way.
Ahí va Messi. Messi! Decent looking ball. It's two. Across the area, but it invites a yellow shirt.
Back to the ball. Good ball with the ball through to the far side for Lautaro Martinez, and it's
Cunha across the area. There's the opener.
open to the far side, and the header hits in, hit the post.
Welcome back. The news continues. Smart Zambia Institute has handed over 1,780 laptops and 220 all-in-one desktops valued at over 9 million kwacha to the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, meant for the 116 local authorities nationwide. Speaking during the handover ceremony in Lusaka, Smart Zambia Institute National Coordinator Percy Chinyama says the move has been done in order to empower local authorities to work efficiently and improve service delivery. Receiving the gadgets, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Technical Services Nicholas Piwi said the donation augments and emphasizes the commitment of government to the decentralization agenda through the devolution process. He commended Smart Zambia for mobilizing resources to actualize the agenda. Here are the details.
Thank you so much.
Smart Zambia Institute has donated 2,000 gadgets to the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. The gadgets include 1,780 laptops and 220 all-in-one desktops with a total value exceeding 9 million kwacha. These devices are intended for the 116 local authorities across the country. Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Technical Services Nicholas Piwi, who received the items, said the donations emphasizes government's commitment to the decentralization agenda.
We are here today to witness a handover of about 2,000 laptops valued at more than 9 million kwacha to the local authorities, precisely to augment and emphasize the commitment of this government to the decentralization agenda through the devolution process. What more excuse are we going to give for poor data collection, for poor reporting, for poor management of the whole data value chain, if each one of the 116 local authorities is going to receive 5 laptops? What more excuse are you going to give?
Smart Zambia Institute National Coordinator Percy Chinyama says beyond digitizing institutions, the institute has provided the tools to solidify their work. He says the institute has also provided solar panels and internet services to improve proficiency across government institutions.
In the past few months, I would say past few years, the e-government division has been busy setting up networks in the local authority, providing some solarization in the local authority. Now we've come to the point where we put the cherry on the top. Today we're here so that we can empower those people by providing them the equipment that they require for them to do their jobs.
Chief Government Technical Officer Ms. Kasali Musenge said the gadgets will bridge the gap between the government and the people.
These are tools that will allow us to efficiently bridge the gap between our citizens and government. And these are tools that help us to align to the presidential directive.
The gadgets are expected to enhance operational efficiency of local authorities and bringing government services closer to the people. Mwene Mianga reporting for Hope News, Lusaka. The Lusaka City Council has refuted media statements suggesting that Naomi Kwenye, the recently convicted village banking administrator, is an employee of the council. According to Lusaka City Council Public Relations Officer Manager Chola Mwamba, Ms. Kwenye is a former employee who resigned from the valuation section of the Department of Finance in 2022 and is no longer associated with the Lusaka City Council in any way. The council noted that the individual in question has been jailed for fraudulently obtaining over 500,000 kwacha in a role as administrator of a village banking group, a matter entirely unrelated to the Lusaka City Council. The Council's Housing and Social Services Department offers registration services for community-based clubs, issuing certificates, but does not manage or administer these clubs. This is contained in a statement made available to Hope News. The Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA, has reaffirmed its commitment to transparency and accountability in procurement and distribution of medical supplies. Acting Director General Jane Banda has urged staff members to uphold the highest ethical standards in the execution of their duties. Speaking during the induction ceremony of the newly formed Integrity Committee, Ms. Banda emphasized that the training of the committee represents a strategic investment in strengthening the agency's institutional credibility. The training, which is being facilitated by the Anti-Corruption Commission (ACC), highlighted Zambia's steady progress in the fight against corruption. According to the ACC, the country's Corruption Perception Index (CPI) score has improved from 36 in 2022 to 39 in 2024, reflecting ongoing efforts to strengthen institutional integrity. ACC Corruption Prevention Officer Luvinda Chirwa urged committee members to play an active role in deepening the fight against corruption within ZAMSA. Committee Chairperson Bradley Chingobe also reaffirmed the team's commitment to restoring confidence in the agency. He indicated the strengthening ethical practices will not only safeguard public resources but also enhance availability and accessibility of essential medicines and medical supplies to the Zambian people.
This morning to open this critical and important induction workshop for training, as it has been called. Allow me to extend our deepest gratitude to the Anti-Corruption Commission for organizing this training. Your expertise and partnership are indispensable to our mission as ZAMSA. We are here for one fundamental reason, and that is integrity. Integrity and integrity. Okay, it is not just a principle, but it's a very foundation on which ZAMSA operates, or indeed is obliged to. As the National Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency for our country, Zambia, our beloved country, we as ZAMSA have been entrusted with the health and well-being of 20 million plus Zambians, and that sacred trust is not given, it must be earned, and earned daily. And this is through unwavering transparency, okay, accountability, as well as ethical conduct. Therefore, this training is not a routine exercise like we have had the other trainings that we have attended before or participated in, but it is a strategic investment in our institutional credibility. Every procurement decision we make, every delivery we manage, must reflect the highest standard of integrity. We are not simply moving commodities, but we are safeguarding lives. Okay? Therefore, this training is not routine. In recent months, ZAMSA has come under public scrutiny. While many allegations remain unverified, yes, we have come under public scrutiny. At the same time, we need to acknowledge that perception alone cannot shatter public confidence. That is why we are here, not to be defensive, but to act decisively and strengthen our institution from within. We must move beyond reactive responses and embrace proactive integrity. So it should not be because people are talking about us that we should respond and react to demonstrate integrity, but we have to be proactive and we have to manage that. This training, therefore, is the cornerstone of that effort. And please, team from ZAMSA, acknowledge this effort and take it with the seriousness it deserves. So this is how we will strengthen internal controls and oversight against.
Well, that story closes our bulletin, but before we go, here are stories that made headlines. Cabinet approves SME Bill. 7 convicted for fraud. Smart Zambia hands over 2,000 gadgets to local government. Lusaka City Council refutes claims of employment linked to convicted administrator. On behalf of the entire production team and crew, my name is Mwene Muyanga, and George Kalimukwa is our sign language caster. Be blessed.